Hey you guys, it's Elle. Welcome back to my channel, and today I am doing a review of the new Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation. And this has been a long-awaited foundation review because I have really wanted to give this a very good go. So today is not my first time touching this. I really wanted to give you guys the most information possible, but today will be the day that I have worn it all day. So we're gonna see how it really holds up and see if it's worth the hype. Now this is $44 for 1 fluid ounce of product. I don't know, a little high in my opinion, but I want to support her because I love her. She's such a genuinely nice person, and she's a makeup artist, so she brings it home for me. But I just kind of want to give you a little bit of a of a comparison. So it's not the most expensive foundation out on the market. Like, I'm going to be doing a review coming up on the new Laura Mercier Soft Luminous Foundation. Now, this is $48 for the same amount of product. So it's not like super, exorbitant, but it is a little bit on the higher end. So first, to start off with, there's so much to tell you guys about this product. I do like this product. It is really great for oily skin. So my oily girls out there, you are just going to die. My super dry skin girls out there, I'm so sorry. I just don't feel like this is something for you. It is a very dry foundation. It doesn't have a luminosity to it. You do have to prep your skin. If you are dry or normal, or even, no, I'll say just dry or normal, you are going to have to prep your skin with an illuminating primer or a very rich moisturizer to really get this to move across the skin and not look so flat. So for me, this is what I do. I have my skincare on, and I always put an illuminating primer on. Obviously, you know if you watch me. But I really found that an illuminating primer is really important. I tried it with my NYX Photo Loving Primer. It was still too dry. I tried it with my Balm Primer, and it was still too dry. It needed something with a little bit of life. Okay, it needed something with a little bit of hydration to it because I am more on the dry normal side, and I can be kind of combination. But if you are combination, you probably would totally think that this foundation is kick-ass as well. So I'm actually going to apply my Pixie Glow Nation, love that, Day Dew. And I've only used this once, but I thought this was really pretty. This is a very light, primer, luminizing primer. And I'm just going to apply this all over my face. Now, if you are more combination or oily, go ahead and start with the primers you normally would if you want to, or not at all. In the videos that Charlotte does for this product, she uses her magic cream, and if you guys have tried that magic cream, it is beautiful, but it is very thick, it's very nourishing, it's very hydrating, so I can see why this foundation might go over really nicely over a priming product like that. So I like to apply this product with my hands. I find that when I put it into a beauty blender or a brush, it's streaked really bad. So I'm just gonna do one, and I'm gonna do 2 pumps. And I'm going to apply this all over the face. Now, when she talks about this product, she talks about this being able to hide imperfections and discoloration and blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I don't think that it hides my sunspots as well as I would like. So I think it might really even out the skin nicely if somebody had kind of perfect skin. But I don't know about it, being full coverage enough to kind of hide those flaws. So that is 2 pumps on the bottom half of my face. It is definitely a medium coverage. You can totally make it light, but I just don't know if I can build it up to a full coverage. And I don't think it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be a medium lightweight coverage. So, and you can see that this foundation is getting a glow off of my skin, but if I didn't prep my skin with the way I did, it would be extremely flat. So try it out for yourself. Maybe go and get a little sample of it somewhere. But how you order it online is actually really easy. They made the coloring very easy to pick out. I do love that. The way that they say to pick out the colors and, you know, your different skin tones and things like that was very easy for somebody to figure out what color they are. All right, so this is what it looks like, right? It's actually a beautiful foundation, but it's so lightweight. It's really not a full coverage. And when you apply a foundation with your hands, it really gives you the most coverage possible. So what I have done is I take one more pump, which I feel like is just so much product, but I just want to show you what I do. I am going to take it on my beauty blender and I'm going to build up just right here because I want to have a little bit more coverage on my nose and on my cheeks, but I'm going to leave my forehead alone because I feel like that totally creases and gets all kind of clumpy no matter what foundation I use. And that's another pump here. Not a full pump, but a half of one. So we've now used 1, 2, 3, basically 4 pumps to do a whole face. When I use my, you know, Play Sticks or when I use that Becca foundation, I feel like the coverage was way better for less product. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of go like this. You guys can still see my discoloration all over here. So if I probably color corrected first, obviously that would go all away, but I just wanted to show you what it looks like in real life. This is what it really looks like. All right, so I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup and then I'll be right back to kind of wrap this up before we see how the day goes. All right, you guys, so obviously my whole makeup is on and it went on like a dream. So that also is really nice about this foundation is that everything else kind of applies really nicely over this foundation. I'm excited to see how it holds up today, so follow along and we'll see how it goes. All right, see you soon. Hey you guys, so this is a check-in. It has been like 6 hours since I've been wearing this foundation. I have no lipstick on anymore, as you can tell, and I love it actually. So far, so good. I have wanted to powder right here, but I have kind of held myself back so I could just really see what this foundation is all about. And I wanted to show you in real light what this looks like so you guys can really see, you know, because these tutorials, you know, I really want them to be real life. You know, we're all trying to do our best and look our best, but do it in real life time and the things that we all have going on, you know, as busy people, as busy women or busy moms or whatever might, you know, be your situation. So I think this foundation is holding up really beautifully. It feels really good on my skin still. It doesn't feel like I have anything on really. So thumbs up to that. I'm excited about seeing how the rest of the day goes. I'll check in a little bit. Hope you guys are having a great day. Hey you guys, so this is my final check-in. It is late at night. It's like 10 o'clock. Baby's been sleeping for a little bit. I have her on my monitor, so if you hear that little humming sound, that is what you hear. So it's been a whirlwind of a day. I kind of look a little bit of a hot mess, but hey, this is what it looks like to be a real person. And this is what foundation looks like really at the end of a very long and amazing day. I definitely have to say that this foundation has held up really, really well. Yes, I am a little bit shiny, a little bit, but I didn't powder on purpose because I wanted you guys to really see what it's like because I don't really have time to touch up in the middle of the day. I know a lot of people do have time to do touch-ups or make that kind of a part of their ritual, but for me, I kind of just get lost in the day and forget to touch up, but I think that that's just kind of normal, and you really want to see what a foundation does. So my final thoughts are this. It is a beautiful foundation. I definitely think it's worth the $44. If you're extremely dry, I don't know if this foundation would be great for you. But if you're oily or combination or probably normal, like we talked about at the beginning, if you're normal, maybe use an illuminating primer or a heavier moisturizer, I think it's really going to be great for you. Do I think it's better than most foundations out there? I don't know. It really is a good contender to be one of the favorite foundations of mine. It wore really beautifully. All right here where I just powdered, it's perfect. It did kind of break up a little bit here underneath my eye and right here on my nose where I applied more product like highlighter and concealer. So I'm not quite sure what that is about. I think I probably have to wear it a couple more times to really figure out what that is about, but I don't know if I necessarily would blame it on the foundation. I think I might have put too much concealer on or something like that in my rush of my day. But that is basically our takeaways, is where I do think it's worth the money if you are going to go high end. I feel like though my L'Oreal or my Maybelline Lift foundation that I wore in several other videos actually held up just as well. This kind of wore as a second skin. I wouldn't say that necessarily about that foundation, but we're going to try another high-end foundation soon, and we'll see how that kind of wore in comparison to this. So keep tuning in, and we'll kind of compare this to other ones that I try on. And I just want to remind you guys that, you know, beauty is something that can make us feel empowered. And I just want to talk to you guys about, you know, just for a quick second as we end this little piece, is that, you know, makeup can be viewed as something, you know, vanity and all those kind of weird connotations that go along with it. But for a lot of us, being able to just take an extra 5 minutes to slap a little bit of tinted moisturizer on, maybe some brows and some mascara, maybe a little bit of blush, I feel it gives us a little bit, women at least, from my point of view, it gives us a little bit more of an empowerment. It gives us a little more confidence to go out in the day. Not that we couldn't go out in the day and just be as badass as we were without makeup, but for a lot of women, it gives us a little bit of an extra boost, a little bit of an extra edge to kind of have us go out about our day and just kind of rule the world, right? And be the rock stars that we all are. So I definitely think that this foundation can aid you in that. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please comment below if you enjoyed it or maybe had different situations whenever you tried this foundation, or maybe there's other foundations you want me to try and see if it holds up to a real life day. And you are so loved, and thank you guys so much for all the support and for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Mwah. Bye, you guys.